Rashidi, how
What's
you
up,
doing?
man? Doing good, doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for taking the time. It's nice to finally get to talk to you. First question I have, I got to ask you. You've got Ronald, Rashidi, Rashida. What is the common theme linking the names, and how did your parents come up with that?
Nah, they didn't even plan it, especially like our initial was RE. It just happened. They didn't even plan it.
Now, I got to say, considering that you all grew up to be championship level caliber boxers, um, it's interesting how that happened. Is it just something that you all had an interest in, or how did you all kind of follow in the same path?
But first, my older brother started it. Then me and my little sister follow him. Then we just got the drive to be great. We just love to win. You can say that.
Now, I remember I think I talked to Ronald maybe a year or two ago, and he kind of talked about that and that common love for it. Do you all kind of talk to each other about boxing and kind of have an influence on each other?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. And we always pushing each other too. Support and great support.
I also saw that you had a karate background. Tell me the story behind that.
I used to kick ass, man. I was a little kid, just running around doing karate and stuff. Yeah, I did karate.
How long did you take that until?
Probably like 2 years, and I went back at it for like another year and a half or so. So you could say.
And would you say that kind of boxing just kind of took over as the passion?
Yeah, definitely. Because I didn't like karate. That little 1 point. You kick somebody at 1 point. I just want to keep on fighting.
Yeah, now, did your brothers and sisters do it too, or were you kind of the lone one that did martial arts?
Oh, no, my whole family, even my other two sisters did it. My whole family is running around kicking people from karate.
So would you say it's just kind of like the Ellis DNA that we like to fight?
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, we just loved it. Yeah.
That's awesome. I know that you've had a bit of a layoff. There was, some turmoil there. You were having some issues. You went from Golden Boy to PBC. What would you say was most responsible for that layoff?
I don't even know, man. I guess they couldn't find me fights or whatever. It's just, I don't know.
It's crazy because I remember at one point, I think I read that you thought that your contract was up, and then they were saying your contract wasn't up.
Yeah, I guess olden time stuff,
When you were going through that whole process, how frustrating was that, and kind of like how did you keep yourself positive throughout that whole ordeal?
Yeah, it was very frustrating, especially being in the gym, just waiting on the next one. It was very frustrating, but I was just staying focused, staying in the gym. That kept my mind off it.
When you were going through that whole thing, was there ever a time where you lost hope, or did you always know that, hey, I'm going to get back in there at some point?
I never lost hope. I knew I was going to get back in there, showcase my talent. I'm still young, so.
No doubt. Now that you're connected with PBC, I mean, how much has that done just for your positivity in the sport of boxing?
Yeah, maybe fall in love with it even more, again, so definitely being active and getting these fights in.
And I've talked to a number of fighters when they've had this type of situation. A lot of them have told me the same thing, that when you have something that's kind of taken away from you, it makes you want it that much more. Would you say the same thing was true with you?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I can't let the ball drop. Well, I didn't let it drop, but I can't let the ball drop.
Now, when you have, I think it's 20 months that technically you've not had a pro fight, have you been in the gym pretty consistently that entire time?
Oh yeah, of course. I was sparring, great fighters too. They're staying active.
What type of sparring experiences have you had? Have you been like helping out friends and things of that nature?
Oh yeah. I was helping a Canelo with the Caleb Plant fight, and helping out my man Boo Boo against his last fight he was supposed to have, and some other fights.
When you step into the ring with those type of championship great fighters, and you display what you have, how much confidence does that give you, and is that just more reassurance, like, I got this, I know what I'm doing, I'm gonna be a future champ?
Great confidence, especially going there. Well, this guy, this guy got nothing on Boo Boo or Canelo or even my brother. I spar with my brother too. I'm like, these guys can't mess with them, so I'm gonna go in there and have fun.
When you're when you're sparring a Canelo or a Boo Boo, when you're going in there with them, are there certain things that you learn from each of them, or what are kind of some of the main things that you've taken away from that experience? Would you say that it's been the biggest asset?
Oh yeah. I definitely take this little thing. The way they step and the feints and all that. I'm picking their brain while I'm in there.
Mm-hmm. Now, you're a welterweight. You're in there with guys that are middleweight, super middleweight. Is that by design?
No. It don't matter. It don't matter about the weight. So for me, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Now, as far as the weight goes, I mean, I know that a lot of fighters, when they're trying to get that big, kind of 5-star fight, and they don't get it when they want it, sometimes they get itchy and they want to move up a division. Could you see yourself in a position where if you don't get the fights that you want, that you would move up to super welterweight?
If I really had to, but I don't see that happening being with PBC.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. As far as kind of PBC and aligning with them, obviously you have in your mind what you would like to see happen this year, and they have a say in that as well. What would you say is kind of the mutual game plan that you guys have in 2022 for you?
Oh, say that again, my fault.
What would you say is kind of the game plan for 2022 other than this fight? But how many more would you like to have?
Oh, this year?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, probably 2 fights this year. Hopefully 3. Fit it in, but it's probably gonna be 2.
After this fight, if everything goes, assuming the way that you plan for it to go, what are maybe the 1 or 2 fights or fighters that you feel like you want the most?
Hopefully I could get the champions, but it's not gonna be easy. So I guess I gotta keep on proving myself. So get the big names, whoever the big names out there.
It's interesting. I've been on the phone with Canelo and Triple G this week, and you kind of see those matters of the heart where fighters really don't like each other. Is there anyone that you really don't like in the sport?
Nah, not yet. Nah.
So no grudge matches.
Nah. I'm kind of hoping for that. That looks fun.
Dude, maybe is there a reason why? Is it maybe that people don't want the smoke?
I guess so. There's a lot of scary people out here.
Now I know a lot of fighters don't like to predict what's going to happen in their next fight, but going into this one, do you have like a goal or goals that you are setting for yourself going into this fight?
Nah, I'm just looking for the win. I'm just looking for the W. That's the main thing. But looking good doing it. And if the knockout comes, it comes.
I know that a lot of times you'll hear commentators saying, "Oh yeah, he after a long layoff, he wants someone that's going to give him rounds." Does that matter to you? Does it matter getting rounds, or is it okay? Hey, you know what? If I find the sweet spot in round 2, then so be it.
Oh yeah, of course, sure. Hey, like everybody say, you don't get paid for overtime. If I see him, I'm knock his ass out. Sure, it's the first or second round, take it.
No doubt. Well, no matter what, it's a benefit to the sport to finally see you back in there. I'm glad to see you back in there. I'm looking forward to it. Rashidi, thank you for your time and best of luck.
I appreciate you, man. Have a good one.